This is Messages from the Universe with Lori Wondra of Your Life Core. Here, Lori delivers information from the Mastery Realms related to astrology, planetary influences, energy surges, and generally how we are evolving. She connects with angels, guides, ascended masters, astro beings, and those that come forward with messages to help us on our journey. Welcome, everyone, to Messages from the Universe podcast.
Hello, this is Lori Wondra, and thank you for listening. It's February, and in one way or another, the topic of love seems to be swirling all around us. Valentine's Day, hearts everywhere, chocolates, balloons, stuffed animals greet us when we enter most stores. We begin to feel the energy of spring, and many might find themselves restless, cabin fever, more desire for sun. We crave more of earth and the energy of plants, animals, and of course, longer days of sunshine. All the energy of the planets right now is pushing us forward, but Chiron is still sitting in Aries, and Chiron is about our wounds, or the things that we need to learn about ourselves. And I think this February, it's about love. So what is love? Well, OSHO says there is no definition of love. It is one of those indefinables. I cannot define it. I cannot say that this is love. I cannot show it to you. It's not a visible phenomena. It cannot be dissected, cannot be analyzed. It can only be experienced, and only through experience do you know what it is. But what I can show you is the way to experience it. And Albert Einstein, well, he wrote that love is a better master than duty. Love and duty are the two main forces that motivate us to act, yet they operate very differently. Duty appeals to our sense of honor and responsibility, and sometimes against our own will. And love, on the other side, is selfless and giving. Love gives wings to our soul. Now, I looked back at February of 2022, and we celebrated knowing Venus was going to be leading us into connecting deeper with us, with new values, redefining our self-worth, grounding us in higher ideals of the heart, and reframing our relationships and the relationships with those that we have all over the globe. But we continue to ask, what is love? And I think that's part of our evolution, is really experiencing and questioning and pondering the layers of love. Some crave to feel aversion they feel continues to just elude them. We're all doing our best to navigate the internal shifts while the world and the systems around us experience a dynamic change. We'll continue to experience shifts, collapses, and of course rebuilding of many of these systems, such as the medical, governmental, political, educational, financial. All these systems, more of them are going to collapse or fail or fall. That's a sign of healing, and that they need to be reconstructed to something different. And some of you may be part of this collapsing, or maybe even part of the rebuilding. We're working on finding balance and harmony as we transmute all this chaos into tangible energy of love, and something that can be brought forward in the world that carries a higher vibration, because the earth is expecting a higher vibration, and certainly we as humans have an expectation of something different, something that prepares us for the future without the ties to pain of the past. We continue to question, how do we bring the energy of those higher dimensions into our reality at this third dimension? We're here on Earth and we're supported by all the energy of Earth, but how do we bring more love into our beings, our surroundings, and how we live each and every day? That energy that's specifically for us, it drives us, it lends or creates this desire in all of us to reach for something that just sounds better or sounds different. And we believe it is better. We believe that the frequency of love is better. We even believe it's better somewhere else, like in those higher dimensions. But being in a place of love in all relationships starts with the relationship you have with yourself. Why can't you find fulfillment? Or the question, how can you find fulfillment in that vibration of satisfying love within yourself, starting here, now, present? If I were to ask you, how do you define love? What might that be? What defines love for you? Many define love as a set of emotions and behaviors characterized by intimacy, passion, and commitment. It involves care, closeness, protectiveness, attraction, affection, and trust. Love can vary in intensity, and it can change over time. It can be strong one day, weaker another. It's associated with a range of positive emotions, including happiness, excitement, life satisfaction, euphoria, but it can also result in negative emotions such as jealousy and stress. When it comes to love, some people would say it is one of the most important human emotions. I describe love as it's part of our compass, our emotional health that tells us what direction to move. Yet despite being one of the most studied behaviors, it is still the least understood. For example, researchers debate whether love is a biological or a cultural phenomena. Love is most likely influenced by both biology and culture. Although hormones and biology are important, the way we express and experience love is also influenced by our personal conceptions of love. Our growth in ourself and the understanding of how we love, what we believe about love, and how do we as an individual vibrate when we have that feeling that we label love. As everything is vibration and everything vibrates, love is a vibration, and there are levels of that vibration, just as there are levels of anger. Anger has a vibration, and there's levels of that vibration. In 2022, last year, the universe made us make some adjustments in how we centered ourselves in relationships. It created experiences and events that we could explore deeper in love, or maybe what we classified as love, either exiting or entering. And I've heard messages from the angels and guides advising people to let go of the people who aren't ready to love you. But they also teach that you can love without expectation, that love will be returned. That is what is meant by letting go of people not ready to love you. It's really letting go of the expectation of a love vibration that is returned or given back to you. So if you love and you have an expectation that the love given back to you is a certain vibration, a certain method of love, that's what you get to let go of. Some may not be ready to give that love in the same vibration you're giving, and some maybe don't know how to vibrate at that same level. Maybe they're working on themselves at the moment, or the energy vibration is focused inward versus outward, or maybe their definition or how they vibrate is just different. Since love is a vibration, it's really eliminating the expectation of how you feel from someone else's vibration. Can you or do you love without expectation? And that might be stopping or might be continuing, but without any expectation or reciprocation of a vibration. If you think about love as a vibration, can you feel love for someone unconditionally without keeping a tally or having an expectation of what is returned? Do you have that expectation of what love is? Can you define it? Or is it just a feeling where you feel good? So instead of stopping love, can you stop the expectation of what you get from a relationship or an experience? Now there's a deep pondering question. And certainly love makes us feel good. Some people are in love with being in love. They just want the natural vibrational high of feeling good. And eating lots of chocolate gives the body a similar sensation of elevated high frequency. But so does meditation and elevating your frequency into a higher level. As we continue to evolve and understand our human being, we continue to experience and grow in those experiences centered around relationships and the vibration of those relationships. And one of the sets of vibrations is the vibration of love. We realize we don't necessarily need to stop loving someone, but we can stop the expectation of how or what we might feel from them. When we show up, just be as our natural human essence without any expectations of how the other person should be, what they should do, we let them show up and show us their version of vibrational love. And some might say, well, that just sounds like settling, but it's not. It's like, can you just give freely? We learn it might not be the same as our vibration. And we know that clashing vibrations either blend with the stronger vibration or they move away from the vibration. So that would mean that the stronger vibration of love would win out and shift the energy of another. But if the stronger vibration is doubt or expectation or anger or fear, well, you can just see where that's going to end up. So in this year of love, it's a year to learn about love, period. Giving, receiving, experiencing love, pondering it. It's time where we question, what is love? What is love to me? Not somebody else's definition. What is it to me? We get our expectations of what we think it should be to what it actually is. We have opportunities to give and receive love, and certainly observe and demonstrate unconditional love. And the universe is going to give us those opportunities. Always. Evolving is changing, and perhaps an older version of you might be at that place where you thought stopping love was the answer. Maybe that was where you were, and maybe you did stop loving people who don't know how to love you. But an evolved soul just loves without expectation. You still can say no to somebody else, but it doesn't mean you have to stop loving them. We have emotions. We emote energy all the time. And so me personally, if I'm going to emote any energy, I want to emote love. And again, we're all on different levels. We have different understanding of those levels of love. But if you are at your base, your core, your center, you are love. And to get there is just stop any expectation of what you think it should be. Just let go. I guess that's the message. Let go of your expectation. Let you be. Let you be you. Think of your love as seeds for something to start or to nurture. Our natural state is love. We vibrate at a natural state. Babies, children, they're just natural buckets of love. The most precious important thing that you have in your life is your energy. It's not your time that's limited. It's your energy. You've heard me say before, we have unlimited time. We also have unlimited energy, but it's choosing how and where we put that energy. And what is that energy? What you give it to each day is what you will create more and more of in your life. What you give your energy to is what will define your existence and your experience. That law of more equal more applies here. What makes us feel drained then when we feel that we're giving more than we receive? I know that's a big question I always get. I'm giving more than I receive. And that was my question to the universe. It is a belief that we need others' energy and love to survive or thrive when we've lost the belief and understanding that we also need to love ourselves. Loving yourself will generate your energy. The belief you can't or that love only comes from something outside of your being is simply not a truth. You are a being of love. It's the expectation of getting it from someone else that drains you. It's not the giving and giving and giving. You are a bucket of love. And it is your job to realize that you are the master of your fate. It is your job to understand your power and the essence of love, because that's the gift that you're here to share. And when shared by another equally willing person to share, it doesn't deplete. Rather, it grows to a power beyond your wildest imagination. And you have the highest power to love yourself. And again, it's nice to have an equally vibrating partner. That law of more equal more. It is nice, but you don't have to have that. The love comes from within. You could make your life a safe haven in which only people that can care and listen and connect are allowed. They would understand the expectations of being allowed into that safe harbor. They would understand you and you would understand them. And they would understand that you're not responsible for saving them. You would have mutual growth and exploration and advancement as each person understands their own individual responsibility. You would understand you both hold loving space for each other, and that's the work that can be done. And you could do that. You could create that nice bubble around you. But the world is expansive. And what I'm pondering about in 2023 is we need to show more of that love. So is it possible to create that safe haven for yourself, but also to create a safe space for you just to give love without expectation? Let others grow and explore that feeling of love and advancement. Decide you're deserving of love and decide that you have enough love to give. Be that generator of love. Be that master of your energy field and choosing that you can just give freely. And it's not a depletion if you give more than you receive. Being loved by someone, again, is so nice and yummy, but it also can be nice and lovely and yummy when you just love yourself. Love is such a mystery. But what I've learned is that we don't run out of it. We are the container of it that is infinitely filled by the universe. One of Einstein's greatest writings was in a letter to his daughter, and here's a portion of that letter. When scientists look for a unified theory of the universe, they forgot the most powerful unseen force. Love is light that enlightens those who give and receive it. Love is gravity because it makes some people feel attracted to others. Love is power because it multiplies the best we have and allows humanity not to be extinguished in their blind selfishness. Love unfolds and it reveals. For love, we live and we die. Love is God and God is love. This force explains everything and gives meaning to life. This is the variable that we have ignored for far too long, maybe because we are afraid of love, because it is the only energy in the universe that man has not learned to drive at will. Perhaps we are not yet ready to make a bomb of love, a device powerful enough to entirely destroy the hate, selfishness, and greed that devastates the planet. However, each individual carries within them a small but powerful generator of love whose energy is just waiting to be released. And when we learn to give and receive this universal energy, we will have affirmed that love conquers all. It's able to transcend everything and anything because love is the quiescence of life. I love this writing because we often don't think of Einstein as contemplating vibration or the energy of love, but yet he contemplated energy, and he clearly is pondering, how do you measure? How do you harness? How do you explain this energy that drives us, as he says, to live or to die? There's power, there's magic. So being comfortable with the energy of love is a sign of our evolution. We move from selfishness to love. Spiritual ignorance is or has been the root cause of all evil, having manifested as hate, attacks, corruption, lack of ethics, or anything that was harmful in nature. Through spiritual awareness, we are now realizing the real meaning of love. We have truly begun to grow as spiritual beings when we discover unconditional love and compassion. Instead of trying to serve our lower, limited physical selves at the expense of others, we begin to realize the value of being harmless, kind, forgiving, and positive towards every being, regardless of how they are. We love unconditionally. There is no single way to practice love or to expand or to experience it. Every relationship is unique, and each person brings their own history and needs. And some things that you can do to show love to the people around you might include just being willing to be more vulnerable, being willing to forgive. Do your best and be willing to apologize when you do make mistakes. Let them know that you care. Listen to what they have to say. Prioritize spending time with the other person. Reciprocate loving gestures and acts of kindness. Learn the languages of love. Recognize and acknowledge their good qualities. Recognize and acknowledge your good qualities. Share things about yourself. Show affection and make it unconditional. As we continue to explore love, to contemplate, and to be open to what exactly it might show us. We also grow in our spiritual growth, this awareness of going from outer to inner awareness. We become more intuitive or psychic, more emotional. Our mental processes change as our inner senses are opened. And of course, our emotions change as we're more aware. We become more perceptive and sensitive to the hidden nature of reality. And before or during spiritual awakening, people saw a world with only their limited 5 senses, dismissing any spiritual information given as really unscientific. Well, love is really unscientific. It's a mystery. But as we dive into that spiritual awakening, we can more easily experience the subtle dimensions, the astral dimensions, the fields of energy, the layers that we are. This unconscious and consciousness is coming together and healing all those unknown blocks, and awareness or revelations about who we are come to the surface, including how powerful your vibration is. And that moves us from a more negative to a positive transformation. And in that more negative to transformational or more positive transformation, we move into a higher vibration. And that's more aligned with our core vibration of love. So I encourage you and I welcome you to ponder your definition of love, how you experience it every day, not just in the close romantic or personal relationships that you have around you, but how do you love your animals? How do you love your drive to work? How do you love your food? And I know sometimes we throw that word around, whimsical, but those are all giving us the layers or the levels of the vibration of love. And being more aware of them allows us to share all those levels of love with those around us. I want to thank you for listening. I'm Lori Wondra, sending the energy of peace and love and joy out to you, sending the vibration of the highest level of heart love to you. May you feel this to the level that is most comfortable to you, and know that the vibration of love is contained within you always. You are the vibration of love. It is your natural, organic vibration. It is the gift that you arrive here to earth with, and it is the gift that you continue to carry throughout your journey here.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe podcast with Lori Wondra of Your Life Core. For current events or to schedule a private session with Lori, please visit yourlifecore.com.